Okay, good evening. I think we can now start. Almost everyone has joined. Before we start looking into what we are supposed to cover today, I just want us to have a quick recap of what we did yesterday. And today I want Mr. Biganiro, just if you are in a position to speak, please just give us an overview of what we covered yesterday.
I'm driving. I don't know if I can speak.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
So yesterday I didn't attend the whole class. So I'm not in a position to give the feedback, I think.
Okay. No worries. No worries at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe Caleb are in a position to speak. If you can give us an overview of what we covered yesterday. Okay, maybe Dennis, you can come in. Dennis, I saw your hand was up. Oh, okay. Sorry for that, Caleb. Who can give us any volunteer then, so that we don't waste a lot of time? Just an overview, whatever you are able to hear. Yes, Naomi, you want to, maybe Naomi, you can come in. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Sabia. Sorry, yesterday my mic had a problem, but we covered matrices, and I think for me, my take home was matrices are two-dimensional, but they carry the same data type. And then we also looked at the matrix formula, which you can use to load the two-dimensional figures, where you can either use the formula or you can first create a vector and then feed it into the formula, either using the concatenates or the seq way of doing it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. We talked about matrices. Maybe Naomi, before you mute, can you
Yes.
tell us the main difference between a matrix and a vector?
A vector is 1D, one-dimensional, and a matrix carries 2 dimensions.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So we saw that matrices are two-dimensional while vectors are one-dimensional. Thank you so much. That was regard with the matrices. And also maybe to add, we say that matrices are made of vectors of the same data type. And to create a matrix, we start with a function matrix. And of course, now a function has what we call argument. And the first argument that we learned is that is a vector, like the vector, and we saw various ways in which we can come up with the vectors so that we can construct a matrix. There's another thing we learned yesterday, maybe another person, apart from matrices. Yes, Rosebell.
Hi, Sylvia. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
So, yesterday also learned about factors, which are special types of vectors that are used to store categorical data. And categorical data is data which can only refer to one thing, such as gender. An example is like gender, occupation, country. And then we also learned how to create now the factors
Okay.
using the factor function.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. We talked about factors, vectors, as and the definition has been well put. And we say that they contain data that can just take one form. For instance, when you are talking about the names of countries, you are talking about gender and so on. And also what we saw that factors have what we call levels. Like in this class, we are about 20, about 20 there. Even if we are having maybe we said 10 gentlemen and 10 ladies. When it comes to levels, we will have only two levels, female and male. So that is what we learned about it. That now brings us to a new thing that I mentioned yesterday called data frames. And as I said, that data frames is what mostly you are dealing with in terms of structured data in your organization. So in case you did not create a script and call data frames yesterday, you can come up with it. So let us define what a data frame is. So in terms of definition of a data frame and a matrix, there is no, like they are almost equal, but sorry, the same, but there is one thing that is special about data frames. So one thing that you need to know is that data frames are also two-dimensional. So, okay, they are two-dimensional. I can say 2D, two-dimensional. Let me just type in full two-dimensional set of an array. So it's almost the same as vectors. But this array is made up of vectors. So same as matrices rather. But these vectors are of different data types. So what does that mean? Like you can have a matrix, sorry, a data frame. One column represents numeric, another one represents maybe logical, another one represent character kind of data and so on. So the definition is almost the same, but what's different between them is that the type of the data types, like a data frame allows you to carry more than one data type. So therefore, that one leads us on creation. How do you come up with a data frame? That one now leads us to what's called creation of data frame. So I want us to come up with a data frame called books. I want us to come up with a data frame called books. And these books have, like a book can have an author, right? It can have a year of publication and the publisher. So let us come up with a data frame called books. To create a data frame, we use the function data dot frame. Like now, whatever we are doing here is now when you want to manually enter your data into R. This is how you do it. So you come up with a data frame called books. You use the function data.frame. So the first part, maybe you are having a column called author. You are having a column called author. Then you say you assign maybe the authors using the concatenate, because this is a vector still, as we said. So the first author of the book, maybe you can pick our names just here, Hein. Then maybe the next author, you can pick Rosebell. Then the third author maybe you can pick You can pick who. Let me check out. Maybe I can pick Jesse. Yes, Dennis. Okay. I don't know if the hand was raised by mistake, but in case you have a question, let me know. Okay, no worries. So basically what I'm doing here, when you want to do data entry into R manually, so I'm having the name of my data frame is called books, use data.frame. So the first column is author. So I'm putting the names of my authors there. Then after that, comma, enter, so that remember I am using this so that to make our work organized. Then the next, maybe I want to have a column called year of publication, so I can just call it year. Again, I'm just going to input my data. Maybe Hein published his book in the year 2000, and maybe Rosebell 1995, and Jesse maybe 2020. So you see this column called year, the elements in the vector are numeric. That's why I'm not using double quotation. From the definition of a matrix, a data frame, we say it is a two-dimensional set of an array made up of vectors of different data types. So after that, the next, maybe I'm interested to know the publisher of these books. The publisher, the publisher, the publisher. So maybe any publisher in South Africa, so that we can put it there. You can just type in the chat so that I can pick. Then Rosebell, give me any publisher that you know. Then also Jesse, just type in the chat so that I can pick there. Okay, HP Publishing, that's for Hein. Let me just use HP so that I can make it a bit HP. Rosebell, you can give me the name of the publisher. That's Kaluki. Okay, Longhorn. Okay, this is Longhorn. Then I think the last was Jesse Barrier. Any publisher? Jesse, any publisher that you know? Okay, let me assist you. There is a publisher called Moran. Yeah. So once you are done with that, we can maybe execute. We can run our code. So when you execute it and you don't see any error in the console window, then it means you have done the right thing. So if I come here and type now books, and run it, you can see the output in the console: author, year, publisher, and so on. Then, before I go further, I can use, there's a function in R called view. It is called view with capital V, then the rest are lowercase. It will display this data frame or data set in this what do you call this window, in the script window, as you can see there. So if you use the view function, it will display this data set. Author, you see the column called author, it is made up of which kind of a vector? This is character vector. Year, numeric vector. Publisher, character vector, and so on. That's why we say that a data frame is two-dimensional set of an array made up of vectors of different data types. But now, as I told you, that is one way to enter data manually. Sorry. But you see, this method that I have used here, if you are entering data inside R manually, it is very hectic. It is very hectic, and it can take a lot of time. You can make a lot of errors and so on. Maybe what you can do, if you are having an Excel kind of data frame that you want to enter inside R manually, you can first of all do the first section only, author, year, publisher. Like if you can see here, you have just the first few. Then there's a way using a function. This function I have indicated in line number 14 of called fix is a function. Then open the bracket name of our data frame. It will give you another window, a pop-up window. So I don't know who has tried to run this function. You get a pop-up window somewhere. It is an editor window. Let me try to share my entire screen so that you can see. And in case there's anyone who has been left behind, let me know so that we move together as a team. So when I type this function called fix and execute it, you see, first of all, there's this red button. It means that there's something running in the background. So there's this pop-up window that has appeared here, this one. You see, it has the author, it has the year, it has the publisher, and so on. So this is an editor. You can continue now inputting your data just the way you are doing in Excel. Maybe you can add another one. I can add another one, maybe Michael, another one. I can add Michael, maybe Michael published in 2003. Michael, any publisher that you know apart from the HP, Longhorn, and Moran? Okay, I can just repeat maybe one here. So you can continue inputting your data, even on the variables. If you want to add another variable, which other variable in a book, there's an author, year of publication. We normally have publisher. Any other information normally we have?
Place of publication.
Yeah, place. Yeah, I can say place. Then place is which type of data? It is character, right? It is character. So you select a character, close it. We can input maybe for Hein, I don't know. I can use Durban. I don't know. This is the spell of Durban is SA. Then Rosebell, maybe you can say Nairobi. Maybe you can say this Mombasa. Maybe Kigali, and so on. So you see, you can continue now inputting your data. Once you are done inputting, you just come here and close it from here. Just close it. Then now, the next question is that how do you know if whatever we have added is now visible? Just come again and type view function, then the name of our data frame, this one, then run it. Yeah, so you can see it has changed. Place has been added, and also we added Michael. So that is how easily you can manually input your data in R. Like there's an editor window that comes up, and you are able to do it the same way you are doing it in Excel. So maybe, is there anyone who is stuck with regards to this, the data frame? Yes, Chris.
Yeah, I rather joined the class a bit later and I missed a few things. Maybe where you can begin from is, yeah, right there from the books.
Okay. So first of all, we defined what we call data frames, and we see they are two-dimensional set of an array, and this array is made up of vectors of different data types. So we see that the definition is almost similar to that of matrices, but the only difference is that data frames are made up of vectors of different data types, while matrices, vectors are of the same data type. So we now we created our data frame called books. And to create a data frame, we say that we use a function called data.frame. And in a book, just the normal books, you have always the name of the author, the year of publication, and the publisher. And I emphasized and said this method is a manual way of entering your data in R. If you want to enter your data into R manually, this is how you do it. And therefore, we executed it. And when we ran books, it gave us the output in form of a table. We went further and used the view function. What the view function does, this function, the view, it just displays your data frame in the script on the script window. After that, I went further and said, you see, entering data manually, it can be very difficult. And therefore, there's a function in R called fix. When you run this function called fix, a pop-up window, a window that looks like an Excel worksheet appears, that you can now input your data easily within R and it is saved. Yeah, that is what we had covered so far.
Excellent. Now we can proceed.
Okay, thank you. Maybe any other question first? Yes, Mr. Kiganiro.
Yes. We're doing this. I'm saying it's kind of Excel, and in Excel, you don't need to go through this command. What are we going to achieve in importing data like this?
Okay.
I don't know if my question is clear.
Yeah, it is clear. So the objective, maybe you want to do your analysis in R of your data, and maybe you want to enter it manually. So that's why you use the fix function to the objective is to make your work easier if you want to enter your data manually. Because, for instance, suppose you are having a data set like this one, this one. You see this one that is displayed here. These are just few entries, 4 entries, 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose you have 20 entries and you want to write this code. Where is that code? this code line number 6 up to 8. It will take a lot of time. Therefore, using the fix, it will display a window that looks like an example, make your work easier. However, again, as I said, these are just basics, because after this, we are moving now on how to import data inside R. Like there's a data frame I shared with you guys on email. That's where we are going. But the objective of this is to simplify your work a bit when entering data into R manually. I don't know if that is clear. That's Mr. Biganiro.
It is clear. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Dennis, do you have a question? I see there's somebody. Okay, maybe Chris.
Let me ask another one. Once you write this code view books, and then there's that pop-up that comes up.
Yes.
Can we put data into that pop-up that comes up?
Yeah, that's where we input the data. Okay, maybe I can repeat it once more before we move to the next item, right?
Okay.
Okay. So I want to run again my line number 14 of code. Let me execute it so that the pop-up comes here. I hope you can see the pop-up. Dennis?
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe I want to input more. Let me just use your name. I think is it Dennis or Danish? I don't know. Is it Dennis? Or there's an SH. Okay. So you see, I have added a new entry
So,
number 5. Okay. So I
sorry
have,
to interrupt.
okay, no worries.
It,
Yes. Oh, it was Chris. Sorry. Yeah, it was Chris. Hello.
if you go to code number 10, where you have the books, that's where the pop-up comes up.
No,
Go to
no,
books,
not this one.
number 10.
This number 10 will not
Uh-huh.
give you a pop-up. It will give you this output that you see here. This one here.
Oh, the view books is the one that's bringing up the books.
The view
Yes,
also, it will give you the same output, but now here in the script window. This one.
correct.
Yeah. Then
Can you enter data from that window where you have that pop-up window?
this, no, here you cannot edit here.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. You can only do your editing from this window. This one.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
thank you.
Okay.
Now you've answered my question.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for guiding me. Okay. Any other question with regards to data frame? Because you want now to proceed to the next section of the data frames. Okay, just confirm that you have the data set. Just confirm that you have the data set. I can see your reactions. Like there's a data set that I sent. I think it is called Forex. Okay. So we can open a new script. Let us go to File, New File, then R script. That script, save it as. It is introduction to data importation. So you can just say data importation. So this is just introduction to data importation. R. And more specifically, we are looking file format.csv. Like the main reason why mostly, not even R alone, most languages, programming languages and so on, they like dealing with .csv file format because they are like compatible. The .csv file format is compatible with so many languages. And when you do your importation and dealing with data, it doesn't give errors and so on. So I shared with you that file. And I want us to do introduction to data importation in R, and more specifically a .csv file format. The same one that I shared with you guys. But there's one thing that you need to know. We are going to import our data. Maybe I can add this. We are going data importation using there's a function called read.csv. Yeah, that is the function that we are going to use. But one rule of importing data using read.csv, you must know your working directory. And the data set that you are going to import must be stored in your working directory. The data set that you are going to import must be stored in your working directory. Who can remind us how we can know our various working directories? Who still remembers that function, Hein? Maybe you can type for us in the chat the function that we use to know our current working directory. Are you sure that's how the function we type it? If I type WD, will it give me? Maybe it is a new thing. We can't get it. Anyone who remembers how you know your working directory? Yes, Naomi?
If you type set WD, small caps.
Not really. This one, it means we are changing our current. Thank you for that trial.
Okay.
But set means you are changing. I want to know. Yes, Cyprian?
Was it get WD?
Yes, it was get WD, like get working directory function. You type it, then run it. So in your laptop, in the console window, like mine, it is in local disk C, users 10 for G, documents May class 23. So you must ensure that the dataset that I shared with you, the Forex USD dataset, must be stored there. So go and look at where that dataset is, open the folder that is in your working directory and paste it there. So let me also look for it. Let me stop sharing first. I go and look for it. Yes, Cyprian?
Maybe you can come again kindly.
On like working directory.
Yeah, how to get the forex document.
Or the data. Like the data I shared the data set. I don't know if you received. There's a data
Yes, I did.
set. Yeah. So what is happening before we import our data using the read.csv function? First of all, your data, the Forex dataset must be stored in your working directory folder.
Okay.
So, like mine is in local disk C, users, 10 for D, documents, make class. So I'm going to look at that dataset and store and paste it, copy and paste it, or move it to my working directory. Of course, I'm sure yours won't be the same as mine because we are using different machines, right?
Sure.
Okay. Then let me go. I'll share my screen. Let me first of all look for that data set that I had sent to you guys. I'm going to look for it. Forex data set. So I'm going to, okay, let me check first if I have any. Okay. I can share my entire screen. So, like in my case, my data set is in my downloads window here. So it is here. So I'm going to copy it. I'm copying it. Then I'm taking to local disk C. It was local disk C. Let me go back and see. Mine is local disk C, users 1040. So local disk C, users here 1040 G3. Then after that, it was which specific documents. I'm going to look at where we have documents. Documents here, it is here. And then after this is May underscore class underscore 23. May underscore, yeah, it is here. I open this folder. Now I'm going to paste my dataset forex usd.csv. It is now here. So this is my dataset now. So it is stored in my working directory. So you see, local disk C, users 1040 G3, documents, make class. And as I have said, my working directory will never be the same as yours because we are using different laptops. Maybe now. Okay. A bit. Yes, Benson.
Mine is just a concern.
Yes.
So if now I want to differentiate between the scripts and the data, and I create a folder inside for storing the data, will it work?
I'm trying to digest your question. Like
Or
the way I.
where we have our Excel, the CSV file,
Yes.
it is mixed up with our R script.
Yeah.
So we create a folder maybe called data, where we store the Excel file. Yeah. So will it still read, or I'll have to change
will,
the directory?
you will have to change the directory, because
Okay.
when you're using directory, you have change of directory now, that data folder.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Anyone else? Any question before now we start the process of importing? Yes, Kennedy.
Good evening, Savi and the team. Kindly, Shavi, if you can just repeat the steps again. I think I've lost you somewhere on getting in copying and pasting in the directorate.
Oh, okay, thank you. Maybe the easiest way. Are you in a position to share your screen?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think that is the easiest way you can. Okay.
Let me share my whole screen,
Okay.
my entire window here.
Okay. Thank you. Maybe share the R screen first. Yes, Kennedy. I can't see the R screen. I'm just seeing the.
Are you able to see now?
Not yet. Yes, yes, yes. It's fine.
Sure.
So your directory is local disk C, users, HP, documents, make class 2023.
Sure.
So first copy your data set first. Wherever it is stored, copy it.
Okay.
And then now you press to this directory. You copy it where you have downloaded.
Okay. So I had saved it in my desktop, but I just copied from the downloads.
Oh, so your directory is in your desktop, but
No, sorry, I had saved it before.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
no,
still in the downloads.
just copy it in the desktop. It is immaterial, like wherever.
You are still seeing my screen, eh?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, you
So
can.
here it is, eh?
Yes, copy it. And now take it to that one directory.
So I copy.
Yeah. Then take to your working directory. It was local disk C.
Local disk C.
Mm-hmm.
Users. HP.
Yeah.
Then
Check the next part.
so here. So where do I now?
We are not. We are going back to your app. I see the directory. We are not done.
Okay.
The user was HP documents. Then main
Document.
class. Yeah. Go to
Okay.
documents.
So I go to documents, then make class.
Yeah. Paste it there now.
Okay.
Control it is fine.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Yes, Cyprian.
I think I did not save the May class. So for mine is use Cyprian OneDrive and then documents. So document the last one. So should I save it on document or I'll have to rename?
No, on documents. The last one. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, there's also another comment from Michael, I think. Let me read it out. It is much easier to set to an easier retrieve location. Yeah, that's fine. You can, like, even in your desktop, and I showed you how to do so. Like, if you want an easier location, maybe I go to, it was, I think, session. It was session, not session. It was, yeah, it was session. Set working directory, choose, and maybe you can choose your desktop and whatever, in case you want where easily you can retrieve your work. Then after that, now you can continue from there. That's okay. Maybe now, before we go for our break, we can now proceed and import our data, right? So to import our data, another thing, when you are working with data, never interfere with the original data. Always have copies. So, like, our original data is called Forex, right? So the one that we are going to import, let us call it Forex. Yes, it is still original, but let us give a different name. Let us call it Forex USD underscore one. Let us rename it as that, so that we know, like, when you are always working with data, it's good to be different. Like, you are working on a document, version 1, version 2, and so on, so that it is easy for you to follow. So this that we are going to import, let us rename it as Forex USD underscore 1. Then we are going to use the read.csv function. Read.csv function. After that, we are going to type the name of our data set. What's the name of the data set that we are going to import? And remember to enclose it in double quotation. It is called Forex USD dot CSV. That was the name of our data set, if I'm not wrong. Forex USD dot CSV. So in case you don't have an error, it means it is fine. If you don't get an error, in case you get an error, let me know. Because I saw in one of the classes, some students, when they did input.csv at the end, it was bringing an error. Like, it was taking it as if it's double. If you get an error, let me know. Yes, Naomi.
I'm getting an error.
Which type of error?
It's saying error in file, cannot open the connection. I don't know, something like that. And then, or no such file or directory.
Okay, let's share your screen. I know it might be, maybe you haven't stored your file in the right direction.
Okay, try and share. Should I share the entire screen or just the?
No, that the R part.
Okay. Mhm. Okay, okay. Sorry, I think I have so many windows trying to look for. I hope you can see my screen now.
For CSV, first of all, remove the .csv and run it again so that I can see if it is the yes, run it. No, yours is a directory.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure run your line number 6 of code. So are you sure your data set is stored in that subfolder called _2 main class _24?
Yes. Should I share now my entire screen?
Yeah, you can share so that we can confirm.
Mhm.
So it
So,
was local, it was what?
um,
Yeah, this one, just open it. Yeah, I have seen it. Just open
so it's this,
it. Yeah.
and it's here.
Let me read. But you see that
And I've just added the B analytics. Let me charge. So I just added the B analytics, but it's the same.
yeah,
For
if you add that, you have to add in your name. Anything you
oh,
add, you have to add it.
so if I change the name and just maintain it as
Yeah. Maybe you change. You remove the dash B analytics.
and leave it as that.
Yeah. I hope there's no space. Dot change B now. There's a dot.
Yes.
Okay. Try and run it. No. Dot
Where?
CSV. Add dot. Yes. Still,
I think
I can't see the hide that. There's a window that is.
that's okay now.
Yeah, it is okay. It is okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And there's that was Cyprian. Cyprian, are you in a position to share your? Yes, Michael.
I just have also a suggestion.
Yes.
You see, when names get more and more complicated, to minimize the errors that come with typing the name,
Yes.
once someone has located the file, they can just copy the name of the file, okay, and come and paste that name directly onto the script. So it saves on the errors created by typing the name.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Thank you for that, Michael. Cyprian, do you have anything for us? I saw you had also an issue. I don't know if you have resolved it.
Not yet.
Okay, maybe you can share your screen. Okay. So yours error in k.csv cannot open. Yeah, it can be the same thing. Either the name of forex or the data is not stored in that directory. Just confirm. Maybe guys get your code users OneDrive documents. So ensure your data is stored there because you see users,
Cyprian.
but it's yeah documents. But you have opened OneDrive where so yes, there document.
Yeah, just paste it on document.
Open the documents, then paste it inside that documents folder.
Okay.
Open it. Yeah, paste it now there. Yes, go and run that code once more.
Code 4.
No, 7. Yes, it is fine now.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So I want us to go for a 10 minutes break. Then when we will be back, I'll show you another simple way you can import it without all this hassle. Then I think after that, the last thing is exporting. Then we will be done with this specific unit. So let us go for a 10 minutes break. I show you a simple way to do it. Then we look now, suppose we have our data. You have done the manipulation in R and so on. How do you export it? Okay, we come back at 9:20 Nairobi time. Okay. Okay. So if you imported the data, first of all, let us see if you are able to trace it. We can use the view function, or we just type forex and one to have a look at it. Maybe we can use the view function. Then the name of the data set is forex USD underscore one, the one that now, the new name, the one that you have imported. So you can see the date, currency, buying price, selling price, and mean. So that shows that your data has been imported. Then there's the simplest way that does not need you to deal with the working directory and so on. To do so, a simple way to import your data in R without going through the issues of the directory and many other procedures. Okay. you just go to, let me share my entire screen. So this one, irrespective of where your data is, in the window in our top right, yeah, top right, here, there is a, no, on, when you click on environment, there's the file folder, the load workspace icon. We have the save workspace as, then there's another icon, this icon, I don't know the name of it, but when you click on the drop down, it now gives you another list that shows you the file format that you want to import your data within R. From text base, that text base is .csv, from text, read R, from Excel, and so on. So if you want to import the .csv, you click on that drop down, then you select the first one from text base. When you click on it, you can see there's a window that has opened. Yes, it is not a must we import from our working directory. I can even go to my downloads where the original dataset was this one. I click on it, then I open. When I open, there's a pop-up window that you can see here. Don't change anything. Leave everything as default. Like encoding, ensure it is automatic. Heading, yes. Like your dataset should have a heading, as you can see in the preview. Separator, comma, because it's a .csv kind of file format, and so on. So strings as factors, you don't check it. What it means is that it is converting your strings, like strings are like character data into factor. So you leave everything, then you scroll downwards here where it is written import, then you click on it, then the data frame has been imported. That's the simplest way to do so. Before maybe we look at, I know it is not part of this section, but maybe, okay, it is not part of it, but let me just do something so that you can get to know. Yes, Benson?
So when we're importing, I'm seeing here we have a place where there is a checkbox
Yes.
for written string as factors. What does that
Yes.
mean?
Okay, I have said string as factors means that, you see, a string is character type of data, right? String is the same as character.
Yes.
So when you take it, it will convert your strings as as factor data. It will represent categorical data. So for instance, currency is strings, right? So if this currency had other kind of names like US dollar, maybe which other currency, maybe South African rand, and so
Euro.
on. So it will convert this now into factors. And we say that factors store categorical data. So that is what that means.
Yeah, that's very okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So there's something, just a quick one. It is not part of this introductory session, but after maybe you import your data, you want to manipulate it, maybe maybe I want to get summary, statistics of my data, all Forex, maybe USD1 and so on. You can just type it run and you get the summary statistics like date. Okay, this manipulation I haven't cleaned. I just wanted to briefly to show you like how now can you manipulate your data after importing and so on. But before you do any analysis, you have to check for missing values and so on, which is in another section of the curriculum. So you can do now your analysis and whatever if you want to do and so on. But the last thing now, maybe you have your data. Remember, there is a data frame that we created called books. I hope everyone has it, because I want to take you through the last section of this unit, which is also very, very important. It is called, I think it is called data. Now we want to export our data. We want to export our data outside R. We want to export our data outside R. There's a data frame that we created called books. Maybe let us come up with a new script, called, sorry, a new script, call it data, save us now, save us, let us call it now data exportation, data export. Remember we were importing, then you want to know maybe if you have manipulated your data in R and you want, maybe you have added new columns and so on, or you have removed some columns and you want now to move to Excel format, then share with someone and so on. How can you do it? So you can call it data export using write.csv function. We have many other methods. There's a booklet I'm going to share with you, a very comprehensive one. It has so many methods, other methods that it is not that we are looking at these are the only ones. It has so many, but these are the most commonly used. So if you want to export your data set, the first thing is that the function that we are using is called write.csv, like we write.csv. Then the first argument, right? The first argument is the name of the file or data frame that you want to export. The data frame that I want us to export, sorry, is our books data frame. Do you still remember the one that we created? Where is it? Let me look for it. This books, this one. This is what I want us to export outside R. So first of all, write.csv. Then the first argument is the name of the data frame you want to export, then comma. Then the second argument is the file path. Like where do you want to export this data frame? Is now the file path. Like for my case, let me say I want to export it to my desktop, maybe this folder called curriculum. So I'm going to know, I want to know the file path, or let me say this called ignite. Sorry. Let me use this called curriculum here. Curriculum something. So I come here and know the file path of this folder. So I right click, then go to, it is always properties, right? Yeah, here, the last one, properties. It is here, location. Sorry, the location here, I copy this. But remember, mine is not full because there's this part also called curriculum underscore 23. This name also must appear in the last section. So this is where I want to store my data that I'm going to export. Local disk C users 1040 G desktop under a folder called curriculum underscore 23. So I have copied this path. I'm going to come here and paste it first the way it is before I start manipulating. But there's something I have forgotten, right? I have to add what was the name, the last name of my folder, curriculum underscore 23. Let me copy as Michael suggested. Instead of writing, it is always good to copy so that you minimize your chances of making errors. So I'm going to paste it there. But before I proceed further, we said that in R, when you use the backslash symbol, the single backslash R will treat them as escape. And therefore, you either change them to double backslash or use single forward slash. So where there is a backslash, let me put a single forward slash. Again, a single forward slash. Again, a single forward slash. Then a single forward slash. Then, since this is the new directory, after file is equals to, put an opening speech marks. Then after the name of the file folder that you want to export, right, you put again a forward slash. So this data frame that we are exporting is called books, right? Do you want to save it the same name? Yes, you might retain the name books if you want, or you might change the name to maybe books.1, whichever you want. Maybe let us just retain so that you don't maybe get confused. Retain it. After that, run it. There's an error. Yeah, I know where there's an error. I did not close the quotation. So let me run it again. Sorry, let me repeat it again. Yeah, it is fine now. So without an error, it means that I have successfully exported this data frame here. So if I go to my desktop, this folder called curriculum underscore 23, I'm going to get books. So let me check. Sorry. So it is here, but you see, it is not in form of Excel. There's something I have forgotten. Sorry, there's something I have forgotten. I'm exporting it in the form of a .csv. So after books, I add .csv here. Then let me run it again. Now, I'm sure now it is in a form of Excel here, this one now. So I can open it. Yeah, so this is the data frame that we created. It is here. It is now in the form of Excel. Maybe I can go back now to my screen so that you can as well see whatever I have done. So as maybe you are copying the code, let me explain something. When exporting your data using the write.csv, the first thing that you need to know is the name of the data frame that you want to import, the first argument, right? Then the next one is the file path. Where do you want to store it in your laptop? That's called the file path. That's therefore we have an argument called file, then is equals to you put this file path. It will vary depending on where you want to store it. So after that, now you run. If there's no error, it means it has been successfully executed. Is there anyone who has gotten like an error in this regard? Any error? Anyone who is stuck? No, I hope I'm audible. I see there is a total silence. I hope you can hear me. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this unit was an essential introduction, but what I can advise you that when you get the basics right, you won't struggle. And I think it was Hein. Hein, are you the one who said that you have been doing some kind of software, like you are a software engineer, something like that? Yeah. So you know the importance of getting the basics right. Like when you get the foundation right, you are not going to struggle. Because I saw in one of the machine learning classes yesterday, I saw that the trainer had to take guys back to Python Essentials unit. So you see, with that, a lot of time you can take, instead of the course taking 7-8 months, it can even go up to 10 months and so on. Yes, Jesse?
Sorry, I wasn't able to hear you properly, but I got stuck
Oh,
in that
okay.
transportation.
Okay.
Okay, let me share my screen.
Okay. So this the notes the notes I shared, it has some kind of questions. You can attempt those questions. Then there is a booklet. I have a very interesting booklet for us. I am going to share that as well, additional materials. Lastly, those people who did not do the cut, I have found a way that, yes, just as you're sharing, it's fine. So those guys who did not do the cut, please inbox me. So far, I have just transferred the questions to some kind of another platform. And so far, I have just shared with Caleb alone because I haven't received. There was someone else who texted me. Maybe you can text me again so that I can reshare the same with you. So by the next unit will be the statistics. It will take about, that's the longest unit that I know. It will take about 1 month. And the trainer you will have a different trainer. It's called Abraham Musendi. You will start on Monday 19th and you will communicate on other details with regards to that unit. But any consultation with regards to the units I have trained, yeah, you can always reach out to me and I'll be able to assist. Yes, Jesse, let us see your case now.
So I got stuck
Yes.
uh, in in, uh, in data exploitation. I don't know what to go next from here.
Yes. Okay. Fine. Right.csv book. Right.csv. The first part book is the name data set you want to export. Then
Yes.
comma. After comma, file is the file part where you want to store in your laptop. Like
After books,
yes.
after books, there's a comma.
Yeah, there's a comma before. You
Okay.
see arguments. You said in R, arguments are separated by commas. So the first is the name of the data set you want to export, right? Which is
Yeah.
called books. Then you comma, then file. File, you have said is the folder. Where do you want to store it from in your desktop? So you must go to that desktop, go for any folder that you want to store your the data you are exporting, and find the property.
Okay. Should I write C? Then
No, how will you know? Go to
okay.
your desktop, any folder we check at the properties. Any folder that you want to store that data set in your laptop,
Maybe.
maybe even your desktop, you can just go to your desktop so that I can guide you.
Oh. And let me share my entire screen then.
Yeah, just share your entire screen. Don't close yeah, stop sharing, then share your entire screen.
Can you see my desktop?
No, I can just see the R Studio.
Okay. Just a minute.
Just minimize it. Just minimize it. Okay, just share your entire screen. Just share your entire screen first. Minimize until I want. Yeah. So go to your desktop, any folder that you want, any folder, maybe that one. Let us say JSF.
Okay, this one.
Yeah, right click on it, go to properties, then copy location, Yes. Go and paste after
Let
file.
me, let me copy.
Don't close this, we need it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, after that, put a uh, backslash there again.
Backslash.
Yes. That symbol that you can see that separate for each piece of document in your keyboard. I don't know. Yes, yeah. After that, go and copy the other name of the folder. Go back where it is written. Right click again. It disappeared. Properties. Not that one. Now JSM, because you have already copied the location. Copy
Okay.
now JSM.
Okay.
Paste it there. No, you
Okay.
paste. When you type, you'll make a mistake and it will give errors.
Oh, this one.
Yes. Yes. After that, change all. Okay. First of all, let us change all the forward slash, the backslash into forward. Like use forward slash. Where there's a backslash, replace it with a forward. Yes. Then the next thing, after file, after the equal sign, just where they see put quotation mark
After C.
before C. It's before C. Yeah.
Double quotation.
Yeah. Double quotation. Then after letter M, that's just M.
Yes.
Put a forward slash first. Then the name of the you want to export your data as what name? Just say books. Call it just book. Then .csv because that's the file format that you want. Put double quotation.
After the bracket or
Yeah,
before.
yeah, because you have already put there, not after the bracket.
Or before.
Yeah, just where the start cursor, the closing quotation. Yeah, then execute your code. Yeah, can it. Is there an error?
No.
Yeah, then it is fine. If you go to this folder, you will find an Excel file called book. That's just a folder. If you can open it,
Or the folder.
yes, the
Or this one.
JSF, yeah, it is there. Can you see it? Books.
Yeah, this one.
No, yeah, that one, yes. Okay. Any other person who is stuck?
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so you can follow the notes. I'm going to share more material. So we will meet during the another like section that we will meet actively is during the year-back exam period. Yeah, during the project exam and project activity. Again, have a very interactive session during that time. So I wish you all the best in all other, I think for certified data scientists, you still have about 14 units to go. For business analytics, I think 9 units. So I wish you all well as you meet various trainers. I think it was a nice time having you. With regards to the CAT results, I'll be sharing once everyone is done. Have a good night. Yes, and nice learning ahead. Yes, Dennis? Dennis? Dennis, yes, I see your hand is up. I don't know.
Yes, a question
Yes,
I wanted to ask
yeah,
on exporting.
yes,
We remember when we were doing this, the summary for say the forex USD underscore one.
yes.
Can you say export something like that to maybe in an Excel?
No. You cannot export that one.
Okay.
Yeah, that one. You can only export a data frame. Okay.
Okay.
Then, okay, on the next class is on Monday, and it will be the statistics unit. Next class will be on Monday. It will be on statistics unit. Details will be shared by the trainer. He's called Abraham Musembi. I hope that is clear. Yes, Cyprian?
Okay, so maybe a question. So does that mean that we are parting ways, or we'll be having you maybe later on some days in the future?
We will meet during the exam, the project session. But for now, I think about 4 more trainers, because statistics is a different trainer. Python, from Python Essentials up to, I think, data visualization is another trainer. Then machine learning is another trainer. Machine learning and big data is one trainer. So you are going to meet about four more trainers as you go. But I'm just around in case of anything. I'll be able to assist. Then during exam, we will meet. Remember, the exam is the project-based exam. We are allowed to guide you guys. We will meet during that time. Okay. Any yes, Cyprian, is that clear?
Yeah, that's very clear.
Okay, thank you. Okay, no worries. I'll always be ready to assist you guys in case you are stuck. Okay, thank you. Bye. Have a good night.